all these are. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate is with, what is it? What is Samatvam Yoga Uchyate in terms of what we talked today? What attitude is it?
Prasada Buddhi. Taking the Prasada Buddhi.
Prasada Buddhi, correct. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam.
Action part.
So, doing everything to the best of your ability.
Correct.
If anything it is to be done, it is worth doing well.
Kaushalam. Kaushalam. Kaushalam.
Kushamlati iti kushala.
Kushalata.
Kushal.
So, Satyanna Pramaditavyam. Dharmanna Pramaditavyam. Kushalanna Pramaditavyam. Like that, there is a mantra in Taittiriya Upanishad. Kushalam. Karma is Kushalam. You know what Kushalata means? Karma and Dharma has to be interpreted. Don't blindly do stuff. That is the meaning of Kushalata. Blindly you can't do, even though, that means what? You have to interpret based on situation. Every day you might be doing the same thing, but situation can change. Situation should influence what you do. Don't blindly do stuff. What is right for you today may not be right for you tomorrow or at a different context. Context, be aware of context. That is what he's saying. What a statement. It's just one word he says and he walks away. Krishna. Kushalata. Discretion. Swamiji translates that word as discretion in action. Look it up. Discretion means what? Be alert. Be alive to the situation. Be alive when you're doing karma. Don't blindly, mechanically do it. So it's a very profound statement. So that must be my...
Then Swabhavaniyatam karma, what does it mean here then?
What Swabhavaniyatam? Yeah, same thing. Swabhava. Do what is your nature. Do what you like to do. That is what Swabhavaniyatam.
Then Kushalam karma.
Yeah, Kushalam karma only. Kushalam is what? You have to cook today, suppose. Because everybody is hungry, you have to cook. Then what? Suppose somebody knocks on the door. And your neighbor has come. What do? Will you tell the neighbor, why are you coming now? I have to cook now. Is that what you will say? Wrong time. Can you come later? No, you won't say that. Why? Even though you have to cook, even though it's somewhat late, even though it's going to take you 45 minutes, 1 hour to cook, and a bit learning late also, still you will say, what will you tell? Wow, so nice of you to come to my place. What's up? You're going to say, at least you will act as though you're interested in talking. At least you will act. Okay? And even though you have so much going on, just enjoy it. What are you doing? She asks you, what is you doing? Hey, I have just started cooking. She will also understand your situation. So now, look at that. Your whole attitude is different. Your whole attitude is different. Let your attitude be proper. Let it adjust to the situation. That is Kushalata. That's all it is. Do what you're doing, but don't, there is no recipe. There is no recipe. That is the meaning of Kushalata. Recipe is there. You can follow recipe all right, but then be ready to adjust the recipe. Like
course correction. Course correction.
Yeah, like in a skit, like in a drama. You're acting in a drama. Everybody has a script. Everybody is following the script. Script is going on. There is somebody in the back, behind, holding. She is not acting. Her job is only to hold the script and keep making sure you are saying the right thing. And if you forgot, then what? This is the worst part in a drama, right? And everybody is waiting. You have to say something. everybody's looking at each other. Audience is all looking at them. The audience doesn't know what's happening. Audience may have figured out also. And Dasharatha is saying that you have to say, oh, you have to fall down now. You have to fall down now. Oh, I have to fall down now. And you say some word while falling down. So somebody gets up. There is one our this dramatist in Tamil Nadu. His name is Kattadi Ramurthy. Okay, some of you from Tamil, they know this person. Is related to me also, and he's good in acting. He's a humor. He's a comedian. Okay, and so he is very good at this. In comedy, one good thing about this is you can make up. You can quickly make up. He's very good at making up. And somebody forgot, he will convert it into a drama. No, the audience will not know. Audience will not know at all. And it is just going on. Later on, you interview him. You're forgetting all the time. What can I do? Anyway, that's that.
Mahodaya, can I ask you a question, please?
Please.
You said about the discretion in every action. I am under the impression there is certain ground rules. There is no discretion at all. It has to be done. You cannot take a discriminatory statement in certain actions if you believe in something.
Yeah, give me an example.
Satyam Vada. Simple rule.
Good. Satyam Vada. Correct. Satyam Vada. Very true. How can you violate that it's an edict? It's the norm. It's an axiom. And Haraprasad ji is saying, how can you violate that? You're saying, Kushalam, you just do according to the situation and all that. But even there, Satyam Vada is true. But even there, the doctor need not tell the truth to the patient. When the doctor feels that if I say the truth, this guy is going to collapse. If I say the truth, this guy is going to, about the fact that he has only a few more to live, okay? And I'm not going to tell the truth. Instead, I'm going to lie. What do you know what he says? My God, from the last time you came, this time your health has improved. But you have to be careful, okay? You have to be careful. This is a very debilitating disease. The disease can consume you. But you're doing great. Continue doing what you're doing. Enjoy life. Now, doctor has applied Kushalata. He decided that this is my approach to this patient. And this time I'm going to play a game and I'm going to make his life even better. And as long as he lives, let him live happily. Like that approach is going to take. You know what? You might get some severe pains periodically. Make sure you take those medicines. Come to me if there's a lot of pain. Because that also he has to say. He's made sure. He said all the things. Very, very painful. But we have to treat it again and again. Okay. But enjoy life. Good. That's what that person has said. Because the doctor thinks this is an incurable disease. He can say it's incurable, my dear friend, and your last days are coming. That is also okay. Doctor chose in this case to do that. So it's not. Here there is no black and white at all. There are certain situations where Satyam Vada means what? Do the best thing. Satyam Vada is not to be taken literally. Oh, tell him exactly what the lab reports say. No. Satyam Vada means, that's why the doctors, the good doctors, you know what? They treat the patient, not the disease. Have you heard that statement? They treat the patient, not the disease.
Treat the patient, not the test.
And not the?
Test result. All the time. MRI, X-ray, blood test.
Treat the patient.
Don't treat it. Treat the patient.
Treat the patient. Talk to the patient. You've got all kinds of data. Reams and reams of papers are there. But finally, this doctor I know, that is the patient. That's the kind of doctor he is. He'll talk to you, understand who you are. And then say, let's do this. Let's do this. Like he'll give you 2, 3 ideas. Let's start with this. And we don't have to go to this big MRI and all right now. Just take this medicine, come back to me in a week. Tell me how things are going on. Then we will decide. So like that, he will explain to you, etc. So treat the patient, because he looks at the patient and say, you know what? This guy, I think he may be able to handle all this. Maybe it will get over. Well, let's experiment a little. Cautiously experiment. So that's the discretion. Doctor is using discretion. Every doctor will be doing it differently to the same person also. So what we are saying, Hara, is not violate dharma. Violating dharma is not what we are talking about. Dharma is full of interpretation. That's what we are talking about. Full of interpretation. Rule of the road is to keep left in India. Rule of the road is to keep right in America. Okay. I'm driving on the left side of the road. Huge truck is coming right in front of me. He is driving wrong side. Now what should I do? Tell me. Now what should I do? Rule of the road is to ride on the left. Drive on the left.
Use the common sense.
I will immediately swerve to any direction that there is no truck. Left, right, God knows where. Definitely not on the left side of the road. I have violated, quote unquote violated. It's a quote unquote violation. Every judge will actually congratulate me for doing what I did. You saved yourself. You saved, that guy stopped finally. You saved so many other people's lives. Thank God. That guy is going to go to jail, not me. He also violated. It looks like I violated. But it won't be considered a violation in my case at least. Okay. So, every rule, that's what we say. Dharma is not a rule cast in stone. That is not dharma. A rule is the guide. Ideal. It's an ideal. It's an ideal. And yes, you have to, that rule must guide me, no doubt about that. Even in this case, when I went on the right side, wrong side of the road, it was the same rule that guided me to go to the wrong side of it. And so that's what we call interpretation. And so I think I'll stop there. Haraji.
Those are serious examples, Jaykumarji. The lighter example would be telling the wife something, avoiding telling the truth, so that the situation is avoided.
I can't give that.
You are a bachelor, so
I can't give that. No, sorry. I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, so there you go, Haraji. That's another example.
Another example is euthanasia. There's a big controversial topic. And whether it's right or not, depending upon which angle you look into that. And each situation is different.
Yeah, a recent case, I remember somebody in this class, their friend called that person who is in this class and said that I'm going to, on this day, 2 days from now or something like that, I'm going to go get euthanasia. When I heard that, I was just, it made me just stop what I was doing. I couldn't, means that statement was so jarring. You don't hear these statements just like that every day, you know. And first time I heard the statement, and I said, wow. I felt like, you know what? I should make an effort to talk to that person. I mean, that's the thought I had. Can I stop this? Is what I was thinking. But that was just jarring to me. Yes, that's real. Euthanasia is real. People are wanting to die. And there are countries where it's legal. And so.
Yeah, in New Zealand, Switzerland, recently my brother's friend, he was going to visit her this month. But her sickness became very severe. So she last month itself, she decided to die. My brother was so upset. Otherwise, now he's gone to India. He was going to visit her, this time to New Zealand. But her husband said, no, Kedar, she's decided to go. So, and by the time he got the news, it was too late for him to plan a trip. And she just went away like that. But that takes a lot of courage. Lot of courage. Another friend of ours, somebody known to me, is going to Switzerland next month to get it done. My sister's friend. My sister is very upset.
Yeah.
I go here and there. Swamiji himself did it now.
Huh?
Why go here and there? Swamiji himself decided to stop the dialysis.
Oh. Yeah. So see, when things are tough, it's every human being on the face of earth does say, I don't want to suffer anymore. That's it. I've decided. Yeah, that's the thought that comes to that person's mind. That's natural. Because physical suffering is how much suffering can one person take? Emotional suffering is there. Okay, at least let's talk about physical suffering, physical pain. Too much physical pain, can't handle. How long can you handle? So, yeah, it's so they pray. It's very common in India. They will tell you also. It's not a secret thing. They'll tell you, I've been telling God to take away and I shouldn't put in bed and all they will say. Means I've been telling God, praying every day to take me. He is not taking me. Like that they will tell. It's very common. Just tell.
That anayasena maranam vina daityena jivanam. That slokam is there.
That is there. But they're not talking about anayasena. That is there. But just take me. That's it. Why are you prolonging my life? They keep on saying it. And they'll cry, they'll laugh, they'll say, they'll do all these things. It's the part of our life. It has become part of our life, which is interesting. It is interesting. That saying itself, I think, provides relief, provides relief. Yeah, why you're so young? You should not die now. Then new conversation starts. So it's good. It's I think we need to do all that. So pain, yeah. Our Indians put up with a lot of pain. They put up with a lot of pain. Because starting from this sprouted beans onwards, they've got used to it. So this pain somehow, threshold is much higher for them. But it's tough. It's tough. I won't say euthanasia is wrong and all that. If a person wants to die, person has decided. The person has to decide. Others can't decide for the person. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. Unless they sign all this paper. If something happens to me, and if my organs have stopped working, then I will allow my family to, or I allow my family to just pull the plug. Like that, they make all these statements, no? So these days, there is that. So, because taking somebody else's life is the last thing we do. Do you know why? Because we cannot create life. No human being can create life. Taking birth to children, that's not talked about. You can't create life. We don't create life. Therefore, taking life is not a decision that is easily made, should be easily. Yeah, anyway, the debate is there in the West, euthanasia and all that. India, I don't know what is the situation. India also, I'm out of touch. Nobody talks about it. I don't know anything about it.
A panel of judges. Okay. A panel of doctors have to decide. They will decide whether the ventilator can be stopped or plugged on the thing.
I see.
Hospital and the judge has to certify something like that. If somebody has to make an application, this is the situation and all, they will decide after the panel has to certify and all these things.
Oh, so panel certifies, then that appeal goes to the local judge.
And then he agrees or something. Something that happens. Many times it happens.
Okay.
Especially for the termination of the unwanted pregnancy also.
Oh, that's a crime.
That's a crime. But
It's a
still,
crime.
unwanted pregnancy, because it was not her, what do you call, she was raped or something like that. She doesn't want to carry or she can't carry because of health reasons also,
Okay.
financial reasons also. And moreover, it passed the terminable timeline, safe terminable timeline also.
Okay. So in those legitimate cases also, judge. Okay.
So whether it is safe to keep or whether it is good for the mother or the incoming child, all that taken into consideration.
Okay. Good. Some mechanism is there in every country. Anything else?
Guruji,
Yeah.
and the other day I asked you, I requested for some standalone verses so that I can memorize and be constantly reminded about that content. Today I understood that this Yatha Prithvi, that sloka, that verse, and you told the 3.30, that one. So can I memorize those and start meditating on the content?
So the question is this. The question is, what could be some important shlokas and mantras that we can memorize? Question number one. That is the main question. And that's good. That's, see, when we study the Shastram, over time we end up knowing all the mantras and shlokas, okay? Because we hear the same thing again and again in classes, Swamiji is talking, etc. So we make a note and we keep chanting, and so it just comes into us. And so what we can do is, I have a list of shlokas, significant shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita, right? So there are some 60, 70 shlokas like that. Sometimes we chant that significant shlokas in certain occasions. When we don't have time to chant the entire Bhagavad Gita, no need. So within half an hour, 40 minutes, these 70 shlokas we can chant. Like that, there is a list. So if you are interested, I can pull out that list. Okay. And then in the class also, I keep mentioning many mantras and shlokas from Upanishads, Mundaka, Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka, etc. So you make a note of that. And then Ramuji can help you get the shlokas. It's all there on the web these days. Upanishads.org.in, if you go, all mantras are all there. You can look it up. 1.4.7 means that mantra is there. So, Pariksha Lokan Karmachitan Nirvedamayad Brahmanaha Nastya Kritaha Kritena. Very important mantra from Mundaka. Like this. Yatha Urnana Vihi Srijate Grannate Cha. Again Mundaka. Okay, so like this, some mantras are there. That list, okay, I have some things. Okay, so I will share that with you. Okay, and that is enough for you to memorize and understand first. Memorize, understand, and then of course, Dhyanam is always there. We can definitely do that. So memorize is important. I also still memorize a lot of mantras. When I find some significant thing, I spend the days, I will chant that mantra 5 times, 10 times. The next day also I'll chant it 5 times, 10 times. Even now I'm doing that. And so it's a good habit. It's a good habit. So did I answer that question, Shanti?
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji.
So send me a note and then I will remind myself. Yeah.
Can I share a joke here, Guruji? Maybe it is off track, but still, for taking the class, I wanted to. That happened in our this thing. Few things I'll say in Tamil. I don't know how many don't get Tamil here, but still I will share it with you. So way back in 2008, somewhere around that time, that movie Gajini had come. I don't know how many of, I don't know who has got them. We used to watch movies. அப்போ அதுல வந்து கஷ்டப்பட்டு பண்ணக்கூடாது, இஷ்டப்பட்டு பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு ஒரு டயலாக் வரும் குருஜி. அப்போ குட்டிகள் எல்லாம் அப்பதானே படிச்சுட்டு இருந்தது. அப்போ என்னோட
so one second. So கஷ்டப்பட்டு பண்ணக்கூடாது, இஷ்டப்பட்டு பண்ணணும் means you should not struggle to do your job. You should love and then do your job. That is the idea.
How to do the job. அப்போ குட்டிகள் எல்லாம் படிச்சுட்டு இருந்தா. அப்போ நான் எங்க அக்கா வாத்துல நானும் அவ்வளவுமா இருந்துட்டு இருந்த போது அவனுக்கு அக்கா எக்ஸாம் முடிஞ்சது. வாசல்ல வரபோது என்னடா எவ்வளோடா மார்க் வாங்கலான்னா 19 mark.
No, English. Say it in English. No.
Okay, I was in my Akka's house that time. My Akka's son and my son both almost 1 year, 6 months different. So his name is Kishan. We call him Kumba. Because he never slept for the first, until 6 months, he never slept. So we changed his name to Kumba. He's a colic baby. We didn't know why he kept crying only. After 9 o'clock, he'll start crying, 9 p.m. And he'll stop only around 2, 3 a.m. So we changed name and call him Kumbeshwar and Kuvendi. We called him Kumba. And they all know very easy, happy-go-lucky person, those guys and all. At the entrance, when I asked him, Kumba, evlada mark eduppa அப்படின்னு கேட்டா, சித்தி 90 வந்துடும் சித்தி அப்படின்பா. அப்படி again he'll walk 10 steps. When he comes to the entrance, his mother will be there. She will ask, how did you do the exam? How many marks will you get? He'll say, Amma, I think I'll pass. He'll say like that. என்னடா இப்பதானே சொன்ன 90 எடுப்பேன்னா, சித்தி அதெல்லாம் கண்டுக்காதே, நீ எதையுமே கஷ்டப்பட்டு பண்ணக்கூடாது, இஷ்டப்பட்டு பண்ணணும்பா for studies. Those time we were all very mark driven. We were not into any of this Vedanta, nothing. As we said, we have to do this set of duties. Children have to come within this. They have to be like this. They have to score so much. They have to be like this, all those stuff. So now when I think back, we have come to this line. When you're told you should have love what you do. Whether you like that or not, still you need to love and do what is required to be done during that time. So these children unknowingly have been telling all these things. So it took me back to those times where that one is different, but still that is it was very nostalgic for me in the middle of the class. So mind went to that side.
Yeah. You have to interpret that. Yeah. I mean, sometimes children will just, are so smart, they will just pull the cart backwards, They're very good at that. So you have to, every parent has a unique way of handling all these things. Good. I'll pause with that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.